y'all doing today? I am back with my Zeus DDR4 memory by T-Force. Yes, 32 gigabyte kit, 216 gigabyte DDR4 RAM at 3200 megahertz speed. This will be replacing my DDR4 2400 megahertz 16 gigabyte kit, 2 8 gigabyte sticks. This is the these are my TeamGroup Elite. I had to buy these when I was upgrading my editing rig to the Ryzen 5 3600 motherboard. That's the Zeus Prime A320MK. Now keep in mind, when you buy that motherboard, you have to buy a low down processor to upgrade the BIOS of the motherboard. You cannot put up a TC CPU, which is the new Ryzen's 3rd gen, the Ryzen 5 3600, Ryzen 7 3800, the Ryzen 9 3900 series, or any Ryzen 3 3200, whatever. If you do not upgrade the BIOS, you will not be able to get a post screen. So make sure that you get you a low grade CPU to take care of your BIOS issues with that. Now back to the memory. The reason why I brought that kit is because I'm upgrading my RAM to 24 megahertz. This thing, I loved it, no issues. I might be updating my grandson rig, putting him on the same board I'm on, the Zeus Prime A320MK with the A12 9800 CPU, 4 cores, 4 threads, and putting these RAMs in too. So basically, I got everything I just need to buy the board. That might be a upgrade build down the line, but I am upgrading my editing rig with the Zeus 3200 megahertz 32 gigabyte dual kit. So with that said, my rig can run smooth, efficient, fast, clean, not an issue. All right, let's get into the opening of this. Opening of them now. I know some of y'all like those big bulky rounds, and about people buying those big bulky rounds, they don't pay attention to the aesthetics of the air coolers and the radiators. I do. So just keep in mind that I have the it comes with 100% tested warranty. Now keep in mind, if you overclock your parts, you break the warranty. So just keep that in mind. If you overclock and everything, you lose the warranty of the product. Now, one thing I love about these sticks, and one thing I love about TeamGroup, and I support and I back this group up all the way, is that one, look at the smoothness of it. Look at the clarity of it. Now, the reason why I chose this RAM, and just like I said, if you buy bulky RAM with bulky heat sinks, it's going to interfere with your CPU air cooler fan, or if you're installing a 240 AIO cooler, it's going to interfere with that because the width of the AIO cooler is going to interfere with the height of the bulky RAM, so you're gonna have a hard time of installing your product. So this is one reason why I like buying RAM like this, because I do not like bulky heat sink RAMs. This is fine. This do not interfere with my air cooler, and it don't interfere with the spacing of my PC. Now, one thing off bat I like about it is that red and silver looks smooth, clean. Just like the red and black here, the red and silver look awesome. Look at that. You can't go wrong with that at all. And then with that, there too, look at the presentation of it. You get the information you need to know by TeamGroup. If you have a QR scanner, you scan that, it takes you to their website. You can read more about the RAM itself. Um, it said the invincible lightning bolt of Zeus. Now these are made for gaming or any system performance you do, whether you are a photographer and you editing your photos, or you gaming, or you doing production work. This is gonna give you that push you need to go ahead on in, get your work done perfectly. For my Ryzen 5 3600, beautiful, not an issue. Enough said. Let's go ahead on and get on with the install with them. I'm excited about it. Having this RAM, I'm finally bringing my editing rig up to full capacity. So that means that my motherboard is at its full capacity of 32 gigabyte of RAM, 216 sticks. I ain't got to worry about upgrading no more. I don't need number 2 slots of RAM. I don't need 4. I don't need 6. I don't need 8. 2 is good for me. 32 gigabyte is good for me. I don't need 64. I don't need 128. This is one reason why when I sit down and I do system build, I build the system based upon your needs. For my needs, 32 is my limit. I'm going with my memory. 1 terabyte on anything. It was my M.2 SSD spin drive. I go up to a terabyte, 500 to a terabyte. You know, this is one reason why when I go ahead and do my price list, I ask y'all budget. I go ahead and I create it. Put everything in perspective. Sometimes when I do my list, I brings everything up to the full capacity of the motherboard. If the motherboard say 64 gigabyte of RAM, I go ahead on and I push it to 64 gigabyte. Or you can do that down the line later. I might just put 2 16s in there, that's 32 gigabyte, and then you got the other 2 open slots later. Do what you want to do with it. But for me, this works. I love TeamGroup. I love their products. The only memory I mess with is only 2, TeamGroup and G Skills. That's it. Everything else, out the door. That's all I have to say. So enough talking. Let's get on with this build. So let's do this. All right, everybody, moment of truth. All right, we are hitting in the BIOS now. One thing about these new boards, boy, they should take forever to boot up. Alrighty, and we are looking good. Okay, as you see, BIOS is at 5602. Now keep in mind when you buy the the Zeus Prime A320M-K, you got to update your BIOS to run the Ryzen 5, any Ryzen 5 or higher Matisse CPU. If you do not update your BIOS, you are screwed. Now, as you see, it still reads 24, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that right now. Let me go into advanced mode. Alrighty. Going to AIW tweak. Now, as you see, I got the boop. I just go ahead and bring it on down. Bam. I keep everything in auto because I do not have to push my computer to the extreme. When you do that, you pretty much screw yourself over. Just like I said, once you start overclocking your parts, you already break the warranty off of it. So, as you already noticed, that I have changed my speed to 3200 speed. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. And I am going to reboot. Just like I said, these are long boot things, so I gotta go ahead and fix that. Alrighty. And there you go. Memory, 32768 megabyte DDR4, 3200 megahertz. As you see, my CPU is at 40 cc's. Now, by the end of the year, I'm going to be changing the CPU pace because it only lasts about 6 months. You guys basically do it on a yearly basis. So I'm going to be going ahead and cranking out, putting on new CPU paste, cleaning off my computer, keeping my computer clean and tech savvy. As you see on my hard drives, yes, I am packing about 5 hard drives in this bad boy here. I got 1 terabyte, 2 320 gigabytes, 1 M.2, which is 256 gigabyte, and a 500 gigabyte. So yeah, my computer is pretty much decent. As you see, my fan speed is at 1844 RPM. Yeah, I'm doing. Now the other one is at 1377 RPM. That is another fan I added to my CPU cooler. So I am running a dual CPU cooler clean. My setup is looking nice. My setup is right. Just like I said, I'm going to go ahead and be post. If you are interested in buying the motherboard, which is the Prime A320MK, please make sure that you update your BIOS to 5602. If you don't update your BIOS, you cannot run the Ryzen Matisse CPUs, which is the Ryzen 5 3600, or the Ryzen 7, or the Ryzen 9, or the Ryzen 3. If it says Matisse, if you don't update your BIOS, you're not going to get a post. So keep that in mind. So as you notice, everything is simple, everything is easy. Yes, I keep all my stuff in normal because just like I said, I don't have to overclock none of my parts because I don't need to push like other tech enthusiasts do. I don't need to push my computer to the extreme because just like I said, I do my aesthetics first. I pick the system, I put it together, and voila. If you guys sit there and overclock your parts for high performance, etc., then basically you didn't really do your homework right at all. A system builder should always do his homework right. And just like I said, if you power hungry just for FPS numbers, then I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. You basically running the PC on the wrong perspectives. You should never build a PC and run and try to go ahead and overmax high number FPSs or system performance numbers. If you doing bench test marks, you don't have to do that. You should already know what the parts should do, especially the CPU. If the CPU is power hungry and you gotta go ahead and connect up to what 16 pin CPU connects, and you go on the 24 pin, then you gotta go ahead and push a 800 to 1,000 watt power supply. Yeah, you don't basically need that. You need something simple, easy, and well spot on performance. So I want to thank y'all for watching this quick good video. Before I close out, I'm just gonna go ahead on and see how fast this bad boy boot up since I upgraded everything. So before I close out everything, I'm gonna go ahead and do my boot up test. But just like I said, all starts off. Once you go ahead on and pick your motherboard, how much speed you need. If you don't need that much speed, you could do 24 megahertz. If you need speed, you could go ahead on and do 32, 26, 66, 29, 33, whatever speed you prefer, you could go ahead and do that. It's just based upon the system performer. How much do you want your PC to run? How fast you want it to run? Power hungry. If you got to overclock your part, just like I said, you destroys the warranty. So I gotta go ahead and give it time so I can go ahead on and read everything nice, good, and new. Go ahead and read the new memory. So go ahead and start logging out in this preference. And other than that, my system is up and running. I love Zeus motherboards. I've been buying the Zeus back into the when I was on the Socket 370s and the Socket 462s. Now you gotta keep in mind, as you know, I'm going back old school because I take good care of my stuff. And I watch one guy, I think it was Mr. Greg Salzer, who does PC cleaning. And you know, by watching his show and I'm subscribed to him and doing my thing. And this is one reason why I don't have to basically worry about anything, because once you go ahead and take care of your stuff, you ain't got to worry about keep replacing it and replacing it and replacing it. That you're going to sit down here with about all the upgrades you have done. You're going to be sitting down here with about 8, 10, 12, 15 motherboards sitting in the closet, a whole lot of stack full of RAM. Now, as you notice, my space in the back is short, so I'm very limited in space in my editing room. So, just like I said, if I start doing giveaways, which I'm gonna be doing that real soon, I'm gonna go ahead on and build PCs. I'm gonna be cleaning PCs, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that up as well. Yep, it's updating my system. So because I just changed the RAM out. Anytime you change any components out, you gonna get this update. That's what I said. Let me just go ahead and run it, and yeah, and this baby flying big time. Look at that, just jumping the numbers. Boom, 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 boom. Everything is set. I'm ready to rock and roll. But back to what I was saying. Anytime you upgrade your parts, just keep in mind you're creating a stock full of stuff. So yeah, I got a couple of CPUs sitting in my closet. I got one RAM. I got a couple of case fans. I might be selling those. So you know how that is. Working on updates. Yeah, I had a major update coming through, so I guess they decided to go ahead and run that for me. But other than that, Windows 10 is figured to upgrade their system preference. So, and it's restarting. So I want to go ahead and thank y'all for. You know what? I'm not gonna go ahead and end this video yet because I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. So I'm not gonna go ahead and end this video yet until I get my boot screen, my login screen. So I'm gonna go ahead on and do that. And since everything has been updated, I ain't gotta go ahead and worry about anything, any issues. Look at that, they're already firing up. Look at this baby thumping. My wife mentioned about me getting a cameraman so you can go ahead and take good camera. But once again, I'm not up there in in subscribers yet. So, but once I get up there, I might just go ahead and bring my wife onto my channel, let her do my thing, working with me and everything. So, it's just gonna make this a little family business here. Keep her occupied, keep myself occupied. I got my grandson. He's 2 years old. He already want to be a gamer. So I got his. I'm gonna go. You know what? What that the RAM is, I do have the A12 9800 CPU. So I might just go ahead and put him on 4 cores, 4 threads. And just go ahead and let him play his little simple games. Oh, well, I tell you, with these updates going on, sometimes I really do hate that. And I do have to defrag my hard drive, so go ahead and keep that running nice and smooth. But other than that, everything looking good. I went through rigorous restarts, so pretty much I'll be getting into the boot screen soon, my login page. But other than that, I'm thinking about, doing some PC cleaning. Watching. That's why I love my subscribers because they go ahead and they keep I have an open mind, so it keeps me being busy. Because basically, with the drop we had with the GPUs, everybody pretty much gave up building PCs. So, but just like I'm telling y'all don't have to give up because right now, everybody's switching to Intel because Intel has more APUs than AMD. AMD just now, everybody just now buying a 4000 CPUs, which they are APUs, and it just came out with a new set that's going to be hitting the stores real soon of the 5000 series. They got their new APUs coming out as well too. But just like I said, Intel has a whole lot of APUs than AMD, and you could go to PC Part Picker, and y'all could go ahead on and just look through the CPUs, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is why a lot of people are now switching back to Intel because with the GPU shortage, everybody gaming up onboard graphics, and they're using onboard graphics. Just like I said, when you pick your motherboard, go to the manufacturer and look up the specs. A lot of people just realize that the HDMI is 4K compatible, so you can game off of it. But just keep in mind that you gotta go ahead and keep everything at perspective settings. So it's still going through the rigorous update. So once that's settled in, I'll be up and running. I want to thank y'all for subscribing. Go ahead and hit the like button because I love y'all to death. Without the viewers and without my subscribers, this channel would not be impossible. So I want to thank y'all for just giving my time just to go ahead and watch my channel and go ahead on and enjoy me as I enjoy y'all for watching. So go ahead on and do your thing. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.